Hello, I'm Jane Ferry.
I'm Brandon Nappy.
And we are co-presidents of the Summer Sports Broadcasting Club.
Did you know that there is an easy way to improve the picture quality of your television?
Set by default, some picture modes and added motion smoothing effects make it so that you don't see the true intended picture that we create.
This is because picture modes other than standard commonly increase the saturation and change colors.
This usually makes graphics and just the general video seem hard to look at and watch.
Another issue is motion smoothing.
Motion smoothing is a TV adding frames to make motion look realistic and somewhat smoother.
However, it usually has the opposite effect. It creates an unnatural feeling when watching your television and sometimes makes it blurry.
If you wish to enjoy this event with the intended video quality, please go into your TV settings, then turn picture mode to standard and all motion smoothing effects to off.
We recommend making a quick search online about how to do this with your specific television.
Thank you for listening.
And enjoy the event. Tonight, the Somers Sports Broadcasting Club brings you Somers football. Your 2-1 Somers Tuskers take on the 3-0 Harrison Huskies. Both teams came away with a win last week. Harrison beat Nyack 48-22, and Somers beat Mayapack 20-7. We are expecting a great game tonight. This matchup, we have both teams. They're wanting to continue their winning momentum from the past few weeks. My name is Brandon Knappy. With me, I have Philip Rosado. We will be on the microphone tonight. Joining us later tonight will be Jaden Ferry, but for now, he is our director. Without him, none of this work. In the backgrounds, we have Cooper Hewitt and Keziah Ferry. We also have Shavi Dawsil in the Harrison booth, sending us the Harrison feed, which you will see shortly. And Philip, can you talk to us a little bit about the weather conditions tonight?
Yeah, you'll see it's very nice. It's around 68 degrees. It's very clear. The wind, it is a little bit windy, so don't be surprised if you don't see as many field goals or extra punts this game. Yeah,
we'll see those gusts of wind getting up to 16 miles an hour tonight. And Philip, let's talk predictions for a minute here.
All right, so both these teams are very good. They both do very well respectively. But I do think Somers is going to come out on top. Not as much as the win they had against Mayapack, but I do think they're going to win 30-26.
Yeah, and then predictions from our crew. Jaden says 28-21 Somers. Keziah says 35-24 Somers. Cooper says 23-17 Somers. And I have 35-10 as these teams head out for the coin toss. We're going to go into our story of this game. Now, Section 1 standings were about halfway through the year. So, we found out that Harrison's currently tied for first in Section 1 Class A with Rye, the one team Somers has lost to in Section 1 this year. Somers is tied for third with more than two teams, and a win tonight could potentially boost Somers up to first place. Now, that would be a three-way tie there, at least, with Harrison and Rye, and that is only possible tonight with Rye losing tomorrow night to Yorktown. Rye is playing at home against Yorktown, so I think that's going to be a hard game for Yorktown, and Yorktown currently 1-2. Now, just comparing these two teams. So Somers 2-1, Harrison 3-0, which we said already. 68% win rate for Somers. So obviously you're seeing Harrison a little higher there. Average score 19-21. You're seeing there, and average points against 19-24. We'll be back in just a few moments with the opening kickoff. And Somers is going to receive the opening kickoff tonight. Harrison will kick off to Somers. Kicking for Harrison appears to be Jacob Burak. He's ready. Somers is ready, and here they go. Kick is up. Pretty good kick, and it's going to be received there. Breaking away. That looks to be that's Jackson Whipple there. A great return for him, getting down into Harrison territory right off the kickoff. They're going to be spotted. It looks to be at the Harrison 45-yard line.
Yeah, what a great kickoff return by Jackson Whipple there. Really showed. Also, that Harrison team, that defense on that play, that was not very good. They had so many holes. They were all on the left side. They left so much room on the right side.
Yeah, we see so many blockers out there with 5 receivers out there for Somers. We're set here. Glacius takes a snap, and fake handoff, and a quick pass. That looks to be Dean Palazzolo receiving that pass, attempts a stiff arm, and he's brought down.
Yeah, it looks to be a loss of 1 here on the play, on the fake handoff. See what happens here. Yeah, that looks to be a loss.
All right, so we're going to have a 2nd and 11 situation here.
From the Harrison 46-yard line, it seems.
We have 3 receivers near 1 far. Iglesias back to pass. Makes a pass that looks to be Brett Kennedy there. Brett Kennedy with the reception. And tries to get around the Harrison defender.
Gains are at about 3 yards, making it 3rd and 8. It makes a man miss, but unfortunately could not get past the rest. Seems to have tripped up there. Seems to be a 3rd and 8 for Somers.
Yeah, that was Mikey B on the stop there. He's also Harrison's wide receiver. So he's playing offense and defense there. 1 receiver near, 3 far. Iglesias back to pass once again. It's going to be completed pass. Pretty good pickup on yards to Dylan Jimenez. Just brought down immediately after catching it.
All the way at the 35-yard line. See, it's almost tipped by one of the defenders, but he is able to.
Somers does get that first down there. Just enough to get it, so they'll get a new set of downs at the Harrison 34-yard line. Somers approaching the red zone. We have 2 receivers near, 1 far, running back to the left of Iglesias. Iglesias takes a snap. It's a handoff.
He seems to be going just at around the 26-yard line, just outside the end zone.
Nate Mitchell there on the carry. Senior and captain for this Tuskers football team.
All right, let's see. So Somers has the ball on the opposing team's Harrison's 27-yard line. Let's see. 1 receiver far out to the right. Let's see what they do here. Seems to be a screen. Motion number 31. Seems to be a handoff with gain going nowhere. It's getting pushed to the line of scrimmage, fighting for some extra yards. And it seems to be at around the 23-yard line, so about a pickup of 3. See what they do here. Ball is placed on the 25. A gain of 2 yards, not 3.
They're going to be 1 yard short on 3rd down. Somers breaks the huddle. Looks like we have Gavin Kelly and Monticelli far. 3 receivers near, 1 of them, Dean Palazzolo. Iglesias snap, back to throw. He's going to keep it himself. He's going to get the first down and a little more. Looks to be sliding down at about the 17-yard line. That's going to get the first down and bring them into the red zone.
And they are officially in the red zone, just as Brandon said. He has time in the pocket. A little hole opens up in the middle, and he's able to get in there and get a good gain of about 5 yards.
Good eyes there from Tristan Iglesias. He's learning quick. Somers breaks the huddle in the red zone. 2 receivers far, 1 near. In motion looks to be Palazzolo. Palazzolo takes that handoff, and he's going to be met by some Harrison defenders, and it's probably going to be a loss of yards there.
Yeah, that is a loss. So as you can see, when the replay shows up, you can see the receiver on the right side. He's going, and he doesn't have time to block. He can't get the blockage for the running back there. So unfortunately, he couldn't get a gain out of there. But it was a good effort. All right, Somers in the huddle now. Let's see what they do here. Harrison looks to be running a 3-4 defensively. 3 defensive linemen, 4 linebackers. Let's see what they do here.
Iglesias takes a snap. Hand off to Mitchell. Mitchell trying to get through that line. He only gets a few yards.
All right, seems to be around a gain of 2 to 3 yards here.
And now we're already seeing Somers' game plan come into effect they want to be explosive, and we're seeing some of these explosive plays. That we're seeing a few big pickups here and there. Obviously, they're a little bit slow start. They're only picking up a few yards here and there for the first few plays, but besides that, I think they've been pretty explosive, picking up about 7 yards a play. With Kelly near, Team Palazzolo and 2 others far. Iglesias snap back to throw. He's pressured. He's going to have to escape and run for himself. He's heading towards the Harrison sideline. Takes a hit, gets by, and touchdown. Tristan Iglesias sneaks by to get into the end zone. Number 8, Tristan Iglesias with the first touchdown of the game.
Yeah, let's see the replay. So he's on the outside, and he gets in. Previously, he had time in the pocket, but he was unfortunately being pressured. So he had all the time in the world after, but he was able to get in. And now for the extra point.
Gavin Kelly getting ready for his extra point attempt here. See if the wind is going to affect him here. I don't think so, but you never know. Snap, high snap. They're going to have to run with it. Brett Kennedy, this holder, trying to get through.
And it looks to be a fumble.
Fumble in the end zone. No, haven't seen any signs from the referees yet. And they are going to say no good. It looks like Harrison recovered the fumble in the end zone.
Yeah, let's see the replay on that. So obviously it was faked from the start. They knew. So it was a high snap. He was able to get it. He was able to turn around. Couldn't find anybody open. He had someone open for a second, but eventually he just ran it in.
I think that might have been the plan there. We saw Somers do the exact same thing, high snap and run. The first touchdown of the last game. We saw that. We had Brett Kennedy out there. That the tight end was holding the ball there. So definitely somebody you trust to try to get that ball over the line.
All right, so Somers to kick off now, Harrison to receive. All right, so let's see what they do here. So Somers is up 6-0. They would have been up 7-0, but they went for a 2-point trick play, 2-point conversion, but ultimately failed. So now Somers is off to kick off. They are getting ready.
Kelly getting set here. Kelly goes to kick. Looks like a pretty good kick. Pretty high, getting down to the Harrison 5-yard line, but the receiver's going to bring it out. Still up after multiple tackle attempts and is eventually brought down at about the 23-yard line.
All right, so let's see for the captains here. So on offense, you obviously have Matt McCoy and Mikey Barriota as the offensive leaders. Defensively, Marco Mariosi, the fullback, and the linebacker here. Mainly seniors, and there's also a couple of juniors and one sophomore.
Harrison set here. We have 2 receivers near, 1 far. Running back to the left of the quarterback. That's going to be Jack Badner, the quarterback. The receiver coming in motion behind the quarterback. It's going to be a quick handoff here and brought down after a pickup of about 4.
All right, so on the replay, so it looks to be good. It looks to be a good attempt. Gets a bunch of yards there on 4 yards, but unfortunately couldn't do anything. So let's see. 4 wide here. Let's see what Somers does here. Or see what Somers does on defense. Got it. All right, so receiver in motion. Let's see. He drops back. He has time. It's a quick pass, and it's dumped all the way to number 1. He has all the time in the world. He is going down at the 30, the 20, and eventually tackled at the 10-yard line in the red zone. Looks to be blown coverage by the defender who was on him. Let's see the replay.
Matt McCoy there with the catch just in the middle of the field in double coverage. He's able to find a way to get that ball. A great pass. Great pass there from the quarterback, Jack Badner. And that's going to get Harrison right into the red zone. Only took 2 plays for them there.
Yeah, right in the red zone, right on the 10-yard line. That's a perfect spot to be if you're Harrison. Let's see what they do here. One wide I formation. Let's see how they play this out. This is going to be rough for them. He takes the snap, and he hands it off to number 8, the running back who seems to be Mario Missy, the fullback and linebacker. Gains around 3 yards there.
Yeah, and now you're seeing why this Harrison team is 3-0. Take a look at that replay there. Just a lot of pushing from both ends. Harrison trying to push forward, someone's trying to push back. But yeah, you're seeing why Harrison is 3-0. They can make those plays, and they're definitely going to be hanging with Somers tonight.
Yeah, that's why I think it's going to be much of a closer game. Both these offenses are very electric, and I think it's going to be really the defenses, if they want to win this game, if either team wants to win this game, it's all going to come down to defense. These offenses have it. Let's see, it's a big throw, quarterback run, and he's able to get it all the way to the 6-yard line. So let's see what they do here. So, check the replay here. Yeah, he has all the time. He has all the distance on the left side of the field, and he's able to get it in all the way into the 6-yard line. So let's talk about Somers. So Somers plans to control the clock, make explosive plays. They need to worry about that. And they also, like what I said, the defense has to really step up here, because both these offenses are so electric and very good, very strong offenses. But it's going to be hard for the defense to catch up.
Yeah, we're set up here. 3 receivers, far one near. Snap. Back to pass pressure, and he's going to have to escape. Brett Kennedy with the pressure there, finds a man. And it's going to be complete pass for the touchdown there. Harrison responding right away. Did not waste any time. That looks to be
number 8.
Number 8 there from Harrison. The running back, Marco Marisi, found his way through and was able to get open.
Yeah, looks to he had plenty of time. The receiver was blown coverage on the defense. Cornerback didn't get there.
Harrison rushing to get all their men out on the field, as we have Jacob B.
Looks to be good.
To kick, and that is going to be good. So Harrison will take the lead 7-6. We will be right back with you in just a moment.
All right, Harrison to kick off for Somers now. Following the touchdown. It is 6-7 with Somers trailing behind by 1.
That play right there could come back to hurt Somers, where I believe they attempted to try to go for the 2 points there. But Harrison kicking back to Somers now. A low kick, a screamer, and it's going to be fielded at about the 15-yard line. So Somers trying to bring it back out. Tackled at about the 32, and that is Jackson Whipple. So now back to that Harrison touchdown here. Just take another look at it.
Yeah, look, he has all the time, and you can see the blown coverage. Defender seems to be tripped up there. There's also a great throw by the quarterback, able to make the throw on the run and get it in the defender's hands without having it go out of bounds or him go out of bounds. That was a
Yeah,
great
keeping
play.
his feet in bounds there, just barely. And that's number 8, Marco Marisi, who scored that touchdown. That is Harrison's offensive and apparently defensive weapon. So we're seeing him make an impact early. Iglesias takes the snap. Quick pass to Kelly. Kelly has one defender to get by, and he pulls him out of bounds at about the 40-yard line.
Yeah, let's check the replay here. So it just seems to be a quick pass, just to get a couple yards, and he was able to get it around all the way to the 40-yard line. But it seems we have a Harrison player down, I believe with an injury, number 70. Let's see who that is. David Hernandez. Let's see what happens. Looks to be a rough thing at the line of scrimmage there, laying down with the athletic training staff.
And now while we have a second, let's talk about Somers here. So we'll start with the captains. Captains are going to be Hudson Ruby, Nate Mitchell, Brett Kennedy, and Dean Palazzolo. Hudson Ruby, a junior and a captain, and also some other players that you're going to want to look out for on this Somers team is obviously Tristan Iglesias, the quarterback, Cameron Violante, a wide receiver, junior that just committed to Maryland for Division I lacrosse. Then Gavin Kelly, as well, a receiver. He is also the kicker and punter. And then Luke Valencia, a sophomore actually, running back. He's been making a pretty big impact so far, as well as RJ Peterson, big guy there, number 62 on the line. Yeah, and taking a look at our quarterback, Tristan Iglesias, last game stats, he had two touchdowns with 68 passing yards and 82 rushing yards. Pretty solid performance there. And that was his first home game where he was the starting quarterback, and I'd say that he handled it pretty well. He was able to stay calm despite the game being 0-0 during halftime. That might be a little nerve-wracking there, but Somers, they managed it really, really well.
Yeah, I mean, it's great. It's great to have that rushing upside, but you also want to work on that passing upside. Because when you're senior year, you have the whole team relying on you. You have your receivers relying on you. You want to be able to be there for them, and being there for your team, being able to pass the ball and get it downfield is really important in this game. So it seems the player is still down on the field right now for Harrison to be, looks to be number 70, David Hernandez, the senior, still down. Looks to be a leg injury. By the way they were treating it. So let's see what Somers does. And let's look at Somers' season so far. So unfortunately, week 0, they lost to Iona Prep 35-7, and another loss week 1 versus Rye.
Yeah, and that Iona Prep game, just like to mention, does not count to the NISFA record, as our Harrison player is being helped off the field with the athletic staff. He's going to be carted off.
And Somers, the offense coming back on the field.
Yeah, continuing with that, Philip, let's talk about the last two games.
Yeah, so they actually won versus Yorktown 30-3. That was a great game. Somers' defense really held up there. Also, Yorktown, they're a good team, but they're obviously not one of the best teams. And then they won last week versus Mayapack. I don't remember the score too well, but
Last week was 20-7.
20-7. Yeah, it was a great game by Somers. Somers not as high scoring as last year, obviously, losing some key players on offense.
Yeah, they lost Miguel Iglesias, Mason Kelly. Those are just two of the big names.
Yeah.
Somers' offense back out there. Iglesias snap back to pass. He has a little bit of time. He's got his receiver. It's going to be caught. Big hit there. Getting past. Not sure who that was.
You can see the catch here. So he has all the time, wide open, blown coverage again. Both these defenses, they both have to step up if they want to keep up with each other's offense. So the ball is all the way at around the 28-yard line. Harrison's 28-yard line, almost in the red zone here. And let's see what they do here.
I can see that this might be a high-scoring game unless these teams slow down. But we have one receiver far, one near. And a handoff to Luke Valencia. He's got a bunch of field to run through. cuts back towards the sideline. Is he gonna get in?
Yes, he
Yes,
is.
he does. Luke Valencia with the big rushing touchdown, 28 yards. Number 23, Luke Valencia.
Yeah, it was a great run there. That was a very good play. Let's check the replay here. Yeah, he has so much space. He has space on the side, a great blockage by the receivers and the O-line, and he was able to get in there. So now it is 12-7. So the question is, do they go for the 1-point conversion, make it a 6-point game? Or do they go for the trick play, try it again, and make it a 7-point game?
I think
They're just going to go for the
they're
1
probably
point.
just going to go for the field extra point. 1 point, the kick. That kick is
Up, and
and
it's
good. So Somers will take a 13-7 lead. I'm curious to see if that failed 2-point attempt on the first possession is going to come back to haunt them.
Now it was 6-7. Now it is 13-7. Somers has the lead. They're up by 6, and this is going to be very high scoring so far. But don't expect it to keep so bad. But it's going to be a good game, and Somers is up right.
And now something Somers has not they haven't been great at tonight is stopping those Harrison players. So the key Harrison players that we need to stop tonight are going to be Matt McCoy, wide receiver, Mikey B, wide receiver, Jake Badner, of course, the quarterback, the backbone to every offense, Marco Morisi, the running back, and Jason Krupe, also a junior. Gavin Kelly getting set up to kick off. Back to Harrison here. Kick is going up. High kick it looked to be.
Not too far. Seems to be caught around the 8-yard line. And let's see, he goes straight up the middle, and he gets tackled a loss of 3 from where he originally was, where his furthest point was, down to about the 22-yard line. So Somers kickoff team leaving the Somers defense, coming back on the field. See what they do here.
Curious to see what changes Somers is going to make in order to guard these receivers. With about 3 minutes remaining in the first quarter.
Yeah, just over 3 minutes remaining here. Now, Harrison will most likely be able to score on this drive right here. And if they do, the question is, will Somers have enough time to score right before the quarter ends?
Well, they will be able to continue into the second quarter.
Yeah, I know. Oh, and it seems to be a quick pass and drop, unfortunately, by the receiver. Number 2 looks to be Larry Salerno, the halfback, actually. Could not hold on to that. Now it is 2nd and 10.
Yeah, and you can't sleep on this Somers defense. I mean, just Gavin Kelly alone has multiple interceptions so far. And the rest of the defense definitely works their way through that line multiple times each game. So you see how that might, slow down Harrison a little bit, which is what Somers is hoping to do. Snap, back to pass. He's going to have to scramble for it, and you see that defensive line just collapsing on him.
Yeah, he didn't have time. He barely had time to get it off. The offensive line could not hold up with the D-line and the middle linebackers. I don't even think that was a blitz. It wasn't even a blitz. That Somers defense just played really well, was able to get in there. And then once just one lineman went through, the whole thing they couldn't do anything.
Yeah, gain of 1 there. So it's going to be 3rd and 9. Harrison most likely going to be passing here, or else they will be punting the ball back to Somers, given that they are on their own 30-yard line. Snap.
Low snap.
Back to pass, and it's going to be out of reach of the intended receiver
number 2
of Larry
again.
Salerno. So we're going to be 4th and 9.
Replay. Yeah, so he throws it. He's getting pressure a little bit, and he gets it just outside the reach. That's his second target again, back to back, or except for the last down. So he had the drop there, the drop 2 plays ago, then the play that just happened with the 1-yard gain, and then this, unfortunately, just out of his hands.
Yeah, so the punt unit will come out.
Let's see, so Somers gets the ball back with a little under 3 minutes left. So let's see if they could score here. Punt is up and is caught around the 42-yard line.
Palazzolo working his way up the field, heads towards the sideline. He has one more to get by, and he's stopped by the punter.
The punter, who is actually the offensive lineman and defensive lineman. So if that was just an ordinary punter, he probably would not have gotten past that. He probably would have gotten past that for a touchdown. But when when the kicker and punter is around 200 pounds, I mean, that's going to be really hard to get through.
Yeah. Still a great return by Dean Palazzolo. He caught that ball at about the 45-yard line of Somers, and he got all the way down inside the 10. It looks 7-yard line right now. We can take another look at that. Just stop there. Dean Palazzolo almost got by, but he grabbed the legs at the last second. Iglesias takes the snap, handoff to Abruzzi.
And he gets down around the 2-yard line. It was a great run by him, faking one way, going another, finding the seam to get through.
Great direction change there on his part. So Somers is going to be within the 5 now. Looks like they're going to be, it looks to be the 3-yard line. So I talked about how that Somers defense can just like that turn this game around, and just like that they did. They didn't only let Harrison get 1 yard on that last drive. Ooh, a bad snap. Iglesias is going to have to run with it himself. He does, and he gets in for the touchdown. Iglesias with his second rushing scramble touchdown of the night. So that's going to bring the score up to 19-7. Tristan Iglesias there. Replay coming up here. Look at how he gets over to that sideline, just narrowly inside the pylon. And we had that high snap that he was just barely able to handle.
Yeah, that was a great play. It was a high snap, could barely get it off. And he was lucky he even got the ball back, but the way he was able to get in there, that's a really good play you want to see from your quarterback, what your team looks up to here. To Mason Kelly with the extra point. It is up, and it is good.
Gavin Kelly. Mason graduated.
Sorry, yes, Gavin Kelly with the extra point. So now Somers is up 20-7.
Just like that, Somers creating that score separation. Now, I just want to note, this is what the final score was of last week's Somers game. And we're seeing that at the end of the first quarter here.
Not even the end. They still have time left.
They still have a little bit of time left. This could be a very high-scoring game. Somers with 3 touchdowns in the first quarter. This is the Somers that we were seeing last year.
Yeah, so the Somers kicking team is out, ready to kick it away to Harrison. Harrison down 20-7. What Brandon said was the score of the last game. Last game was actually 0-0 at halftime. So the way the directional change of this, Somers actually in the lead now and doing good. So now it is up. The kick is up, and it seems to be caught at around right at the 1 yard line.
Multiple Somers guys waiting for him at about the 17, so he doesn't get very far. This is about where they started their last drive. 1:26 remaining in the first quarter.
Let's see what Harrison can do here. They have to get. They're at. Let's see what yard line they're at first.
The 18-yard line.
So they're at the 18-yard line. So they have to get 82 yards, I believe. 82 yards within the minute if they want to score within the first quarter. so they could regroup and see what they have to do here for the next time. So they need 82 yards to get this if they want to be able to get the score and regroup and recoup to see what they're going to do for the next quarter.
Hand off to Marisi. That's not going to get them very far. Referees seem to be 1 yard forward there, so a gain of 1. That'll bring up 2nd and 9.
All right, let's see Harrison here. Seems to be a replay. Yeah, it's just everyone was there. He couldn't go anywhere. It was hard to get through. You know, with all of that D line there, with an extra linebacker, that is rough to get through if you're a running back. So let's see here, 2nd and 9. Quarterback takes it, low snap. He's gonna run it himself. He's gonna fake it, and he gets all the way around to the 23-yard line.
Knocked out of bounds.
They're on a gain of 4 with 30 seconds left. So it is 3rd and 5.
Correct.
With around less than a minute left, around 30 seconds. If they want to get this, they obviously don't have to, but it's nice to get it before the quarter ends so you could regroup and recoup. So if they get this here and they let the clock run out, they could recoup for the next quarter and see how they're going to do and tell what their coach is going to tell.
So it looks like we're going to have 3 receivers far, 1 near, and running back is going to be to the left of Badner. Badner takes the snap, low snap once again. He's going to keep it himself, and he is going to charge through, but I don't think it will be enough. It looks like we're going to have a 4th and short.
Which would be 4th and 3 here at a gain of around 2 yards. So let's see what they do here. They need to get 2 to 3 yards here, or if they want to get the first down, and it seems they're going for it on 4th and short in their own end zone.
No, they just wanted to line up.
They're just lining up.
So that's gonna bring us to the end of the first quarter. Your score at the end of the first, 20-7, Somers in the lead. Now we're gonna take a look at a couple highlights from.
Let's see some highlights from the
last week game against Mayapack there. Take a look at those. Harrison punting, and same spot as last time. Dean Palazzolo catches it. He takes off running. He's on the Somers sideline, side to the 10, to the 5. Does he get in? Stays in bounds for the touchdown. Dean Palazzolo, number 30.
Yeah.
Somers expanding their lead.
That is just incredible. I mean, to start out quarter, it's just, yeah, it's an awesome sight to see there.
He took it from about the 47-yard line all the way down.
All right, so just a quick look at this replay. Yeah, he went from all the way down the field, and he just had opening on the right side. Then we're going to go back to this extra kick.
And some great blocks there you're seeing from Somers' team there. Kelly. Extra point is up, and it's no good. It looks to be far left. So Somers,
Yeah, I mean Kelly's looking a little rough this game. I'm sure he's gonna recover, but yeah, I think that's what 2 of them now that he's missed. I mean, he was on point the whole entire season, so it must just be some type of thing with the nerves, or maybe something with a 40-minute drive they had up to Harrison. So now Harrison's gonna get possession after a kickoff. So let's see here.
or maybe we won't see.
Yeah.
Apologize, we are not using our own cameras. We do not have control of where these cameras are looking. Makes it a little difficult for us, but we make it work around
Yeah,
here.
it's our away game struggles. I mean, and also hi, I'm Jane Ferry.
Yes,
Usually behind the
joining me.
scenes. So
Joining me this quarter, Jaden Ferry, going to be doing some commentary.
yeah, I'm gonna do some color. So Somers is coming back out now. We're gonna give kickoff over to Harrison. Again, that's 21. Gavin Kelly, your kicker for the Somers Tuskers.
Gavin Kelly ready to kick it back here. Kick is up. And looks to be another pretty good kick.
Doesn't look like anyone's gonna pick it up. So
I believe that might have been a touchback there. So Harrison is going to have a 1st and 10 from their own 20-yard line. Now, we asked Coach DiMatteo to comment on the mentality of this team, especially after their win at home on homecoming to Mayapack, a team that they definitely play every season. You know, you have some of these teams in Section 1s that you play every other season, but Mayapack, they always play Mayapack. And so that's such an important game to them. And they said that they're going to be confident. They're doing their best here to be confident. And that's what they have shown us so far tonight. Apologize, camera feed cutting out. We'll try our best to continue giving you updates as we can.
yeah, so we apologize for the technical difficulties. Just what the struggle is for away games. Every kind of video feed that we're trying to get, because we're doing this remotely. It's Harrison and some other places like Yorktown, all these away games, they don't really have enough space for us typically for these regular season games. And yeah, I mean, this is just the best that we could do. But 26-7, pretty good score, especially with that number. Many Gen Alpha kids will know. Yeah, so we're in the second quarter. No one's taking a timeout yet. I think that's kind of interesting. See if we could get this feedback here. We apologize for the inconvenience. Just working it out. So yeah, in the meantime, we're gonna play our trailer. So take a look at what we do, and we'll be back in a moment.
Watch the Soma Sports Broadcast, where we break down the world of sports,
Back, he throws. There's 2 defenders on the tight end.
interview guests,
Here with Coach Packard, who will be interviewing today.
predict upcoming sport games,
To win it 26-23, the Chargers win.
debate sports,
Who is the best NFL team of all time?
The Cowboys have won 5 Super Bowl titles.
The Patriots, one of the best teams.
discuss our opinions on the latest in the world of sports,
Alex Bowman. I think he could make it far. He's been impressive.
and much more.
I'm with
Nicky Duffy.
Dean Palzall.
I would definitely say DP, Dean Palzolo. He definitely had a great game.
Just a Hail Mary. Will he get it? Bounces off the Bears defenders. Touchdown.
When I first joined last year, you wanted me long distance, but then you threw it.
And I think by now we've really proved that we are the most dominant team in Section 1.
It's going to be a pick. Picked off by Miguel Iglesias, and he's going back.
Watch our weekly talk show episodes of the Soma Sports broadcast. You could find them on YouTube and Spotify.
All right, so yeah, looks like every feed possible is looking a little rough. We were not able to get both our personal feed using the coach cameras from Harrison and the Sports Engine or local live version, which I'm assuming there might be like some type of power outage. We're getting the update here in a moment.
Based on what we can tell here, it looks like Harrison has a 2nd and 10 at the 49-yard line. We are currently I'm currently looking at the stats here, and we are back up here. There we go. Thank you to our amazing crew over at Harrison, Xavi Da Sil, for helping us out there. So yeah, we're going to be at the Harrison 49-yard line, and it's going to be 3rd and 15. It looks Somers must have moved them back. Apologize. We're going to be at the 44-yard line, actually. Snap. Handoff. And he falls down after colliding with his own player. Hopefully he is all right. It looks like he is. That was Jason Krupe.
Yeah, so Jason Krupe, so this is an interesting play. They're pretty far back. It's 3rd down. They got to make up yardage, but they go for a run. Doesn't get that much as Somers' defense holds them pretty tight. And they're going to go for it, looks like, on 4th down.
I mean, they don't have much. I mean, they're going to have to start doing kind of stuff like that because once Somers pulls away, they do. No, they are punting. A quick, short punt there. And Somers is just going to have to let the ball roll.
Yeah, that was definitely interesting formation for a punt. We have roughly around the 14 to 15-yard lines where Somers is going to start back out.
That was not on the stat sheet. Didn't see that one coming.
Yeah, so it's very interesting. Just what's been going on. I think Harrison, I was expecting a little bit more, to be honest. Not to throw any shame at him. They were doing pretty good this season.
Yeah, 3-0, but I believe they have been playing some of those easier Section 1 teams, so you know how that could go. So Somers with possession. Iglesias takes snap, handoff, and carry. It looks to be Nate Mitchell.
Yeah, it's number 2, Nate Mitchell. So let's take a look at this replay. So he just runs through the middle. There's a great opening there from Somers' O-line holding it off and creates that gap. He's able to go up and nearly get that 1st down. So that's 2nd in inches. I personally thought that was 1st down, but yeah, here we go. So 2nd down in inches.
One receiver near, one far. Iglesias takes a snap. Appears to be another handoff.
Yeah, so I mean they're gonna get that 1st down. A little bit of difficulty there with the video feed, but he goes off to the far side or the right side.
Somewhere sideline side.
Yeah, there you go. And they're just able to get that diagonal, kind of curve it in, get some yards out of it before he's taken down. Yeah, looks like our video feed's struggling a little bit, but again, we're here trying our best, trying our hardest. So
Yeah, and then it looks like Harrison has had some of those easier matchups so far, beating Harrison 41-21, beating Eastchester 28-22, and beating Nyack 48-22 as well. And that brings them right here to our matchup tonight. And we will try our best to let you know what's happening as we can.
So, I guess those new to Somers, why not? I can talk a little bit about the community and stuff. So, first of all, Somers, they have 3-peat for states. You know, they're going pretty big, and they're trying to go for a 4th this year. And you know, the team is pretty strong, and so is the community. They're known for being very competitive, having strong academics, and just a great sense of community. And we also are the Tuskers, Somers Tuskers with elephants, as like the logo and represent our town, because this is where an elephant, one of the first in America, old bet, was, came over from, or to, excuse me, and Elephant Hotel was built in honor of it and started the Barnum and Bailey Circus. So some great Somers history there while we have some downtime. 26-7.
Yeah, and just pointing back at the game here, previously Somers has done well with passing against Harrison, and that's what they were trying to do again tonight, but they haven't had much of an opportunity to get those passes in, given that Dean Palazzolo with these big returns, one resulting in their possession starting at the 7-yard line, the other being a touchdown. They haven't had much room to showcase their passing game yet so far. So I'm curious to see how that's going to come in the 3rd and 4th quarter.
Yeah, I think the second half is definitely going to have some effect. I mean, comparing to last game, Brandon, comparing to last game, Mayapack, Somers was 0-0 in halftime. We're already early in the second quarter. We got 26-7. So I think that's a big difference. Big difference.
Yeah, and just a fun little question. We asked DiMatteo prior to this week's game. We asked him if he was given the opportunity to coach a professional or a college program. We asked him who would he want it to be and why. His response was Somers football forever, and he told us, "Don't ever ask that silly question again." We had a nice little laugh there over that one.
Yeah, so DiMatteo, super loyal to his community. I mean, his father and himself, they've built this team up. Again, you're looking at 3-peat to state championship. Just a powerful team. We're going to try to get this feedback up, so just give me a moment. Looking to try to fix it here. Yeah, I'm sorry. We're still down. Oh, the feed is back up. So we're going to try our best to commentate it. Yeah, here we go. Okay, so
Somers appears to have possession. Iglesias handoff. Some gain there.
Okay, yeah, looks like we're back up and running officially here. again, we apologize for this inconvenience. So Somers, 2nd and 7 looks like. I mean, at least what we can depict. Score hasn't changed yet since, a little bit.
Somers taking a little bit more time this drive to get down. Maybe because they actually have a drive.
Yeah, definitely.
They actually have to get a first down.
For sure. Harrison
Receiver
stepping
in
up.
motion across. Iglesias rolling out towards the Harrison sideline. He makes a pass.
I think that was the Somers sideline, but yeah, so...
Somers sideline, I apologize.
So, not entirely sure. Yeah, so it looks like they got the first down. So they're going to move the chains now. Sorry, we don't really have much to look at. Yeah, a little bit of technical difficulty, but yeah, it looks like Somers, as you mentioned, Brandon, they're just inching their way up. Harrison's defense is definitely stepping up, and here Somers lines up.
Looks to be a loss there, I believe. Handoff. Definitely resulting in a loss of, looks to be, it's 1 yard. Loss of 1, 2nd and 9.
Yeah, so he tried, so the handoff tried, attempt. Harrison pushed him back a bit, and then more defenders came in, realized where the ball is, and just kept pushing back and back. And so he wasn't able to get anywhere. But only 1 yard loss, not bad.
Quick pass out to Jackson Whipple here. He's trying to get by. He's going to get a few yards there. Looks like he's going to get to the 40-yard line. And a timeout taken by Harrison. Here's going to stop the clock. Somers is going to have, I believe, a 3rd and 5 there.
Yeah, let's take a look at this replay here. At least what we can make out of it. So, quick pass over to the left, or at least closer to Harrison's sideline, works really good because he was open. And then defense came in, and so he was able to get a few yards out of it. And just those few yards is what you need. A few times over, and you get that first down. So, yeah, it looks like Harrison's still in the timeout. We have 4 minutes, 4 seconds left of the first half. Went by quick. It's a little unfortunate, that we couldn't see the entire time, but it's all right.
Somers is going to want to score before this quarter runs out, as Harrison will get the ball first. And there goes our camera feed once again.
Yeah, it's a little rough, but
experiencing many technical difficulties tonight. We apologize.
We apologize. All right, so yeah, we're still trying to get that camera feed back once again. It's a little rough for this quarter. Hopefully the second half goes okay, but stay tuned for a halftime show. At least what we saw, we're gonna look back on. A lot of scoring from Somers. So yeah, they're still. I mean, yeah, they gotta be out of their timeout now, but
yes,
yeah,
so
score is still 26.
From what we can tell on our side, it's going to be a 4th and 1 from the Harrison 35. So Somers most likely will go for that.
Yeah, it's a little bit of a rough circumstance. So, yeah, they were 3rd and 5 after that reception. And then 4th and 1, so only a few yards. But okay, so we're going to try to get camera quality back here in a moment. Let's take a look.
Back on here. Unsure of what is happening. No update on the stats. Oh, we can't tell.
But Somers, looks like they still have possession. So it looks like they did get a turnover on that 4th down.
They did convert.
They're gonna
Or
or not turnover, yeah, convert.
Handoff from Iglesias. And it's going to be a gain of a couple yards. I believe Luke Valencia took that handoff there. And it's going to be a second. No, it's going to be 2nd and 9.
So, at least if it is Valencia, he had a lot of momentum going into the middle there, off to the side a little bit. So here, Somers lines back up.
2 minutes remaining in the half. Iglesias back to pass. He has some time, but he's not going to be able to stay there for long. Yes, rolling towards the Somers sideline. Makes a pass, and it's going to be complete to a sliding receiver. With a flag out on the play.
Yeah, so that was some great defense there from the O-line. Let's take a look at that once again. Able to protect Iglesias with that pocket. He's able to slide out to the side, make that pass. I think the flag is partially, or it's probably because he was sliding already. So, yeah. So, okay, it's going to be, well, yeah, so holding on Somers.
It's going to be holding on Somers. They're going to move him back, and they're going to replay 2nd down.
It's looking a little rough in this instance, or at least this drive mostly for Somers. Super long drive, covering most of the quarters. Like, yeah, so the 37-yard line.
It's going to be a 2nd and 19. Wow. But we've seen Somers come back from this. But let's see how they handle it here. Iglesias. Pass over the middle, complete. Flag comes out once again.
Yeah, that flag is
and
unfortunate.
Whistles blow.
Flag's unfortunate because that would have been a great gain for Somers. I mean, obviously, we're going to see what happens.
Let's see what the referees have here.
Yeah, at least looking at the replay, you can see pass. It was just clean. Defense was behind receiver for Somers, and that looks
Somers walking back.
Yeah.
Yeah, another offsides. A late flag for offsides. Referee threw that flag. It would be a false start for Somers. Referee threw that flag kind of once the ball had already been caught.
So, Brandon, you think they can? Are you thinking that they can get back from? I mean, they have 2nd down. So, what do you think?
2nd and 30 with less than 2 minutes left in the half. That's a little hard.
Yeah.
I don't know if they're going to be able to manage this one here.
Looks like they might need a deep pass.
Iglesias going to give him that option. He's going to make a pass over the middle. Incomplete. Intended for Dean Pelzolo. And no flags. Cleaned. I believe it bounced off his hands or his chest.
Yeah, I think that the defender got... yeah, I think the defender did some good work there. I mean, looked a little aggressive, I think, but yeah, it's looking a little rough. They're gonna need a deep pass or something to get past 30 yards in one one play pretty much is what they need. So
even if they can just get a halfway and then give Gavin Kelly the option to take that field goal, that's always possible. And Iglesias barely going to escape the pocket before being sacked. So kicking will come out for Somers as Harrison takes another timeout.
yeah, you can see the pressure just builds on him, and then other defenders come in, just make it absolutely sealed. He was able to grab his leg. It's hard to escape from that. Looks like we have a timeout.
That's a Harrison timeout, as the referee signaled before the replay.
Harrison's actually going to come out of the timeout a little earlier than some.
I believe Somers is going to most likely punt. I don't believe Gavin Kelly has the leg for about a 50, 60-yard field goal. Yeah, so punting will be Gavin Kelly. High snap, Kelly jumping, but he still gets that punt off. Pretty deep punt, and it's going to go out of bounds. And it looks to go out of bounds at the 11-yard line, and that's where Harrison will start.
Well, I mean, Harrison doesn't have that much time left in this quarter, or his half, really, before they're going to get another kickoff after halftime. Again, stay tuned for a halftime show. It's going to be me, Jaden Ferry, Brandon Nappy, and Philip Rosado. Waving off camera. All right, so Harrison's going to have possession.
Yeah, Somers defense hopefully just going to make a few quick stops here and then trot into the locker room for halftime. But we have 3 receivers far, 1 near. Curious to see Harrison's approach if they're going to try to throw some deep balls. We'll see. It's going to be a handoff. And it's not going to be more than 6 yards with 43 seconds remaining in the second quarter. Clock will keep running.
So the handoff is, it's very iffy. You can get a few yards out of it, maybe not. Here in this instance, he was straight into the crowd and not going to pass. 2nd and 5.
Low snap there, back to throw, a bullet pass, and it's going to be knocked away. Knocked away by Dylan Jimenez. The intended receiver there was Jordan Dill.
Yeah, if Harrison made that pass, it would have been great. I think it also helps him in a way because it stops the clock for him, give him a little extra time. But yeah, if that was made, that would have given Harrison a good, just at least a better chance to make it all the way to the end zone.
So 3rd and 5 here. We have 3 receivers far, and I believe 1 near off camera that we cannot see. There he is. Running back to the left of the quarterback. Another low snap. That's starting to be a trend here. Breaks through the line. Gonna get the first down and a little more before eventually being brought down by a couple Somers guys.
Yeah, looking at this replay, he goes to the right side, gets a little wide, and is able to get past a few defenders. So they're going very quick.
Brett Kennedy, after taking that hit there, very, very slow to get back up, but he's all right. He doesn't come out, and Harrison spikes the ball as to stop the clock from running. So they can take their time to make their play.
They are squeezed for time right now. I mean, it's less than 43 seconds. They're trying the hardest to get something. They're probably going to go for a very deep pass. All right, so here they're going to try something. 3 receivers. Pressure.
The clock expired there right at the start of the play. That is going to be it. Our teams are going to head to halftime. 26-7 is your score at halftime. We will be right back with with you in just a few moments here. Stick around for the Broadcasting Club halftime show.
Watch the Soma Sports Broadcast, where we break down the world of sports,
Back, he throws. There's two defenders on the tight end.
interview guests,
Here with Coach Packard, who will be interviewing today.
predict upcoming sport games,
To win it 26-23, the Chargers win.
debate sports,
Who is the best NFL team of all time?
The Cowboys have won 5 Super Bowl titles.
The Patriots, one of the best teams.
discuss our opinions on the latest in the world of sports,
Alex Bowman. I think he could make it far. He's been impressive.
and much more.
I'm with
Nicky Duffy.
Dean Palzola. I would definitely say DP, Dean Palzola. He definitely had a great game.
Just a Hail Mary. Will he get it? Bounces off the Bears defenders. Touchdown.
I first joined last year. You wanted me long distance, but then you threw it.
And I think by now we've really proved that we are the most dominant team in Section 1.
It's going to be a pick. Picked off by Miguel Iglesias, and he's going back.
Watch our weekly talk show episodes of the Soma Sports Broadcast. You could find them on YouTube and Spotify.
Welcome back. Score, as you can see below us a little bit, 26 Somers against Harrison. That's 7. So we are in our halftime show now. You have some stats for us, Brandon?
Yeah, we'll talk a little bit about the first half here. So first, Somers had that first possession, and immediately they stormed down the field for a Tristan Iglesias scrambling touchdown there. That gave Somers the 6-0 lead, but then Somers attempting the same thing that they did against Mayapack last week. They attempted to fake the extra point attempt and go for the extra 2 points. Unfortunately, that did not work like last week. It did work last week. They did it on the first touchdown last week. Didn't work this week. Brett Kennedy ended up fumbling the ball just before the end zone, and it was picked up by Harrison in the end zone. So that did not work out for Somers.
Yeah, it looks like they kind of went for a go big or go home kind of strategy. Just neither happened, unfortunately. And yeah, it was a little rough for them.
Yeah, and then Harrison, they answered right back with a touchdown of their own, and they went the safe route. They just kicked the extra point. That was good. That is where they get their 7 from. And then Somers, they get the ball back. And they get the ball a lot. And that's where everything kind of goes sideways for the Harrison. Next, we had a Luke Valencia rushing touchdown, the sophomore running back who's been a big impact on this varsity team this year. Brought up to varsity for the playoffs last year, didn't play at all, but this year he's seeing the field a lot.
Yeah, it's just so impressive to see a sophomore. I mean, last year you also saw some sophomores too, but just to see Luke Valencia, especially last week's game against Mayapack, he had over 5 rushing, just boom, 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 over and over, and it really helped Somers out a lot.
The pressure from the home crowd definitely was not getting to him. He managed that really well. We had the opportunity to speak to him after the game. He was all smiles then. So great to see him still in the action, getting another touchdown there for himself tonight. Then after that, we had Dean Palazzolo. He received the punt from Harrison after a 3-and-out, and he brought it all the way down to the 7-yard line. He was stopped by their big 200-pound kicker, and who also plays O-line and D-line for Harrison. Not something you commonly see, but not unheard of.
It's a lot of work for one guy.
It sure is. So he's brought down the 7-yard line, and Tristan Iglesias, after a few plays, is able to wiggle his way in over the line for a touchdown, just barely staying in bounds. But he does get that touchdown, and again, Somers will just kick that extra point. Next, same thing. Somers gets the ball back, punt from Harrison. Dean Palazzolo receives it in about the same spot. What does he do? He runs. He finds his way to one of those sidelines, and he just takes off. Once he does that, there is no stopping him. This time, with a block from Somers on the kicker, he is able to get in for the touchdown. Somers kicks that extra point, and that brings us to 26-7.
Yeah, I mean, Dean Palazzolo has just been such a powerful player for the Somers team. A lot of times it's actually been joked that just hand it to him and you'll get some good yards. Yeah, you can definitely see he's fast, just, is able to avoid defense really well and just makes a good play. It's very impressive, coming from a guy just last year and this year making amazing performance.
Yeah, and Dean Palazzolo there, I mean, they usually send him in motion and take the handoff like a running back, but they're not doing that tonight. We're not seeing that tonight. We're only seeing passes to him tonight and those punt returns. I think that probably has something to do with the passing working the best against Harrison in the past. I think that's definitely translating tonight, but Iglesias not getting as much chances as he usually does, as Dean Palazzolo hasn't really been running those returns back for a touchdown all the time this season.
Yeah, and I believe you see Nate Mitchell a decent amount too on the running.
Yeah, Nate Mitchell. He usually does start the games, and Luke Valencia comes in a little later. We're seeing, I think tonight we're seeing that Nate Mitchell, he stayed in a little longer tonight. I think it's just a matter of what kind of night he's having. Yeah, he has 4 rushing attempts for 73 yards. Not a bad night so far at halftime.
Yeah, I think he's. I think the Matty is trying to balance too, like who's running it, and is creating that good balance and making it work really well for the team.
And now we're also seeing Abruzzi, another sophomore. He's getting some playing time here and then. I believe he had the first carry against Mayapack last week, and I believe he had 1 carry tonight. So he's starting to mix in a third running back, which that could either be really good for Somers, where they can go to all these guys, or it could lead to difficulty for the coaching staff deciding who's going to get the ball.
Yeah, I mean, I think it creates an overall pretty good balance.
Yeah, and jumping into some offensive stats for Somers, we're going to start with Tristan Iglesias. He's having a pretty good night, almost a near perfect night. He's 8 for 9 on his passes with 70 passing yards. As for rushing, not doing so well. Loss of yards there in rushing, but he does have 2 rushing touchdowns. Overall, he is down in rushing yards, though. Moving on here, Jackson Whipple. We mostly only see him on kickoffs, kick returns, but he has 56 of those yards tonight. Pretty good for him. Moving down the list, Gavin Kelly with 1 reception for 9 yards. He usually gets the ball a lot more. And then one more, just Dean Palazzolo. I mean, 110 special yards. So that's yards on the punt return, the kickoff. He has 110 of those. Amazing there. And not much else from him. He's been pretty quiet. There is 4 receptions for 43 yards and no carries at all tonight so far. So I'm curious to see if that's going to stay consistent or if that's going to change in the second half.
For sure. And I just want to go over a little bit of the coach keys. I mean, first of all, they're trying to control the clock and make explosive plays. Maintaining that control is really important. And you can see that they've been doing it quite a lot, especially on their last drive. They, not sure if it was quite on purpose, God bless. I'm not sure if it's quite on purpose or not, but they really are controlling that clock, making it kind of run a bit because, Somers is up 26-7. Yeah, I think they're doing quite good with their, following along with their keys.
Yeah, and then looking over to the defensive side of stats, we're not seeing many standout players tonight, but we're seeing Somers really working together. Like, for example, we see Joe Fink. He's got 1 tackle for himself, but he has 3 assisted tackles. Brett Kennedy with 2 assisted tackles. Moving down the list, we also have Mason Beresford. No, I apologize. Lorenzo D'Ambrosio with 3 assisted tackles. And then Alex Galino with 1 tackle and 2 assisted tackles tonight.
Yeah, that is a surprising amount of assists coming from, just a defensive team overall. What are we looking at? Okay, so we're going to talk a little bit about our sponsorships that you can sponsor sorry, give me a second. Somers Sports Broadcasting Club. So to improve the broadcast, we need more gear, and to ensure it's always working, we need some money. With your help, we can make that happen. So get your business mentioned on our broadcast. You can see on screen we have $200, $450 options for one season or all 3 of the school year. You get verbal mentions and ads, and you support the Somers community. So please email ssbchighlights@gmail.com if you're interested. We'll get back to you. And yeah, we're excited to, take this stuff to another step up. And also, let's talk about SEF.
Yeah, SEF. Wonderful. Somers Education Foundation recently just approved us for a grant. Thank you so much to them. We're so thankful, all of us here. That's going to allow us to make our stream so much better. As you sometimes realize, replays are a little iffy, laggy sometimes. We're getting a new computer, so that's going to be able to, make sure that those replays are running smooth all the time.
And camera quality. Also today, just overall, mostly with home games too, and maybe also with our episodes. So we're going to have our own personal camera, and this is all thanks to SEF, and also an audio improvement. So we're going to have a bunch of little wireless microphones around, trying to get nice, crisp audio of the game and the audience.
And yeah, sticking with the SEF there, definitely check them out. They have a trivia night coming up October 14th. That's going to be at Burger Barn. So trivia is your thing. Definitely head out, check them out, get to know them and consider contributing to them.
For sure. Should we start to get into predictions?
I think we should.
All right. Do you have something, or should I go first here, Brian?
I think if you're ready, you can go first.
Okay, so before my prediction, I didn't expect Harrison to do so, get such a low score, but I think they're going to get a little bit more scoring out of the second half. And I think Somers is going to continue their momentum quite a bit for at least another 2 touchdowns. And I think Kelly's going to make the, extra points. I don't think they're going to go crazy and try to get 2 points, extra attempts and whatever. So I'm thinking 40-17 is the final score.
Yeah, and my prediction from before the game, 35-10. I'm actually going to stick with that prediction. I know it's a little, odd how that might have to unfold. Obviously, Somers with 26 is going to have, they're going to have to score a touchdown, not score an extra point, and then have a field goal for that to happen, and while just holding Harrison to just 1 more field goal. I think that's definitely possible. I feel like not expected as Somers to continue scoring a lot more, but definitely possible, and I'm going to be sticking with that.
Yeah, and we have one of our crew members, Cooper. 39-14 is his prediction. He thinks Somers is going to stay on top. I guess he's probably predicting Kelly might miss one, but, all right, so anything left of our halftime show? Maybe something about MLB?
Yeah, we're going to talk about the MLB postseason. That just started. Their wild card is complete. So that is going to set up our division series matchups. We're going to have the AL and the NL. So starting us off, we're going to have the Cubs and Brewers. They're going to be in their division series against each other. That's going to be best out of 5. That's going to start tomorrow at 2 o'clock. Then we also have the Yankees, Blue Jays. If you're a New York fan, there you go, 4 o'clock tomorrow in Toronto. We'll also have the Dodgers, Phillies in Philadelphia. That definitely a series to keep an eye on, and make sure you watch that there. We're going to welcome back Philip. We'll get his prediction quickly.
For the game so far?
Yes.
So the game, I think it's going to be much more of a blowout than people expect. I don't expect Harrison's offense to really come back, so I do believe Somers could honestly get up to 40, 45 points. So it's 26-7 right now. So if they get 2 touchdowns, make the extra points, I'll say it'll be 40-20.
Yeah, awesome. Good prediction there, Philip. We're gonna pivot back to MLB. Just one more matchup, 8:30 p.m. starting tomorrow night. That is going to be the Tigers and the Mariners. Definitely some big series to keep an eye on. I think there's really not one that you can't watch if you're into baseball at all there. That's why they space these games out so that everyone is able to watch these games in entirety. And Philip, do we have a World Series prediction? You want to throw one out there?
The Yankees.
Yankees against who?
Say the Dodgers. I like the Dodgers. I like both the teams.
Rematch from last year.
Yeah, rematch.
Definitely would turn the MLB upside down there. And you have Yankees walking away?
Obviously.
Yeah, okay.
Even though they're not gonna, I mean, it's still nice to hope, obviously.
If they do walk away, you think next year those teams will be back to decide who is...
No. I don't think they could afford to.
You don't think so?
With cap situation, I don't think both their teams are able to hold on to like their key players. Like they're obviously gonna have some, of course, but I don't think they're gonna have everyone. I think it's gonna be missing some players, but some rookies will step up. A bunch of players will step up, and I guarantee you'll see that.
Yeah, already seeing rookies step up this postseason so far. Cam Schlittler last night for the Yankees pitched phenomenal considering he's a rookie. Don't have those stats right now for you in front of us. But my World Series prediction, I'm going to put Yankees against the Phillies. I think Yankees somehow going to find a way to get by Toronto, and that's going to help them. Not sure who they would play in the American League Championship yet, but obviously we will find that out. I think they're going to find their way through. They're going to get hot, and they're going to get hot quick. You already started to see that last night against Boston, but I have them playing the Phillies in the World Series, and I have them walking away with it in 6 games. We're going to take another short break. This is going to conclude our halftime show, 26-7. Somers in the lead. Thank you so much to all our behind-the-scenes members and our cast members, myself, Philip, Jaden, Cooper, Keziah, and we'll be right back shortly with the second half. There's Jaden.
Oh, that was needed, Jaden. Thank you.
Watch the Somers Sports Broadcast, where we break down the world of sports.
Back, he throws. There's 2 defenders on the tight end.
Interview guests.
Here with Coach Packard, who will be interviewing today.
Predict upcoming sport games.
To win it 26-23, the Chargers win.
Debate sports.
Who is the best NFL team of all time?
The Cowboys have won 5 Super Bowl titles.
The Patriots, one of the best teams.
Discuss our opinions on the latest in the world of sports.
Alex Bowman. I think he could make it far. He's been impressive.
And much more.
A fumble. This could be game.
I'm with
Nicky Duffy.
Dean Palzall. I would definitely say DP. Dean Palzolo. He definitely had a great game.
Just a Hail Mary. Will he get it? Bounces off the Bears defenders. Touchdown.
When I first joined last year, you wanted me long distance, but then you threw it.
And I think by now we've really proved that we are the most dominant team in Section 1.
It's going to be a pick. Picked off by Miguel Iglesias, and he's going back.
Watch our weekly talk show episodes of the Somers Sports Broadcast. You could find them on YouTube and Spotify.
All right, so we're back from halftime. Somers is up 26-7. This is going to be a great game, a great first quarter, or a great first half. I don't think anyone really expected it to be this high scoring, but I think Somers has this. They have it right here, and they're going to do good. It's 26-7. Somers is going to kick off for them to receive. And yeah, it's going to be good. Let's see what they do here. So for the offense, I think what I said before, the defense for Harrison, they need to step up really badly. Both these defenses are good, but the offenses just overpower the defense. And that's simply said. And the kick is up and is caught around the 11-yard line. And the returner gets to around the 21-yard line before being brought down. So now you see Somers' defense heading onto the field along with Harrison's offense.
Yeah, and now we're going to have a stat correction. I'm on Tristan Iglesias here. He's actually going to be 8 for 10 with 34 passing yards. He's taken 1 sack, 7 rush attempts for 31 yards, and still with those 2 rushing touchdowns. Stat correction there. Thank you to our Somers coaches providing us access to their stat sheet, as we can see that as they put in all their information. Thank you to Mr. Ruby.
All right, Harrison has it. 4 receivers wide with the halfback next to the quarterback. 1 receiver in motion behind the quarterback and running back. Let's see what they do here. He has time. It looks to be a handoff, and it seems to be a rush of around, seems to be 2 yards, but brought back. So it might be a loss of a yard, depending on where they call it. Does not seem to be, it seems to be a gain of 2. Yeah, seems to be a gain of 2. Did not really go anywhere, though. He was brought back. I don't know why it's not 2nd and 11 right now, or 2nd and 10, but it seems that they are. The ball is higher now. 2nd down. Let's see what they do here. Same formation as last time. 4 wide, 2 on each side. 1 man really far out. Another, again, a motion in the back, but instead in front of the quarterback. Going wide. He has time. He's rolling out to his left. Doesn't find anyone. Gets a gain of around 2 yards here. 2 to 3 yards. So the ball will be placed around the 26-yard line, I believe.
Take a look here. Just another quick look at it. Fooled the cameraman there. He's just going to scramble, and he's just going to head straight to the Harrison sideline as he begins to be pressured. It looks like we're going to have 3rd and 7 there. So 3rd and long for Harrison, with common theme in this game.
Yeah, Harrison's always, they're always in a 3rd and long. They always have at least 2 to 3 receivers on the outside with at least 1 in motion almost every time. But it seems to be a quarterback sneak, and he gets nowhere. He is stuffed right back where he came from. Barely goes anywhere. Let's check the replay here just to see that again. Yeah, he tries to fake it. He just goes running in, but the Somers defensive line is waiting for him, and he cannot go anywhere. He's stuck. So now it seems both the punt unit is out for Harrison now. Punting on 4th and medium. See how far this punt's gonna go.
Offensive lineman and D lineman out there to punt. Low snap. Just barely able to get the punts up. It's gonna land about the 40-yard line, and will bounce all the way back to the 25, which is where it will be picked up by Harrison, where Somers will start.
Picked up by Somers here.
25, yes.
Somers has it at the 25-yard line. Let's see what they're gonna do here. All these punts they've varied so much. It's either they go for a long gain, it's only around 10 yards, or sometimes they just get stuffed instantly. You never know with both these teams. It's so unpredictable. You don't know where anything is gonna happen or where anything is gonna go. Let's see, Somers 3 wide. Or 4 wide, I believe. 3 wide, it's a handoff.
Luke Valencia on the carry, dodging left and right.
And he's able to bring it all the way to the 48-yard line, almost the 49 actually. Check the replay there. Yeah, he has so much room on the side. He's able to get in there, squeeze there, and he's able to get that extra yardage.
1st and 10 and more. The ball spotted at the 49-yard line.
All right, let's see what Somers does here. Running 3 wide again. Extra blocker. And tight end to block. Let's see, and it's a handoff once again.
Aiden Abruzzi.
And it's a gain all the way to the 41-yard line now. Or the 41-yard line down into Harrison's territory. Yeah, it's a great run there by the running back.
2nd and 1. Somers finding their way up the field. quickly. One receiver near, too far. Running back to the right of Iglesias. Iglesias take the snap. Quick throw to Palazzolo. He's got a blocker, but he's got some guys to get by. He's unable to. He's fast, but they were right in the right spot, so he's going to be brought down. Looks to be at the 28-yard line.
See the replay here. Yeah, it's get some good yards there. It's good to get a great job by the offensive line, able to hold up there. Just enough time for that screen pass.
Two receivers near, one far. It's going to be Palazzolo and Jimenez near. Snap, Iglesias with the handoff to Abruzzi. Abruzzi's got room to run. Dodges left and right. Gets into the red zone. First down and more. As before he's brought out of bounds, I believe, at about the 4-yard line.
All right, let's see what Somers does here. Deep in Harrison's red zone right now. They look to score. If anything, they're going to walk away from anywhere between 3 to 8 points here. See what they do.
Good observation, Philip. It looks like we have one receiver far. That's going to be Dean Palazzolo. Iglesias snap. Handoff to Abruzzi. And he gets in for the touchdown there. Number 25. Jaden Abruzzi, a sophomore, with his first varsity touchdown. Take another look there. Abruzzi just takes that handoff and he finds a gap through, colliding with some players, but he's still able to sneak through. That's going to make this a 32-7 game. And now, if my prediction was to come true, Gavin Kelly, well, wouldn't have to, but it would help if he would miss this extra point, which we obviously do not want him to actually do. And he does not. It's in. Deflected, and it still is able to sneak through. So 33-7. And Somers will hand the ball back over to Harrison.
It's a great effort by Harrison, you know, able to get that the hand on the ball just on the tip just to get it there. But unfortunately for them, they were able to get that off and get the extra point. So it is 33-7 now. Somers in the lead. Harrison, unfortunately for them, trailing by around 26 points. 26 points. All right, Somers off to kick off. Once again, Harrison getting the ball. Let's see what they do on this offensive drive here.
Yeah, and as we get to the middle of the season, we're seeing more Somers guys getting opportunities. And Coach DeMatteo said these guys have really been stepping up in practice as Kelly kicks off. These more guys are going to get these more playing time. And it's going to be a touchback there for Gavin Kelly. And one of these guys that stepped up in practice that Coach DeMatteo wanted to highlight was Jaden Newman, a receiver. He said he might get some playing time this week that fans may not see coming. But we haven't seen him out there yet tonight. But as Somers begins to pull away in this second half of the game, definitely going to see some backup players getting some chances there. So Harrison breaks their huddle, too near, one far, too near, too far for the receivers. We're still going to have a running back there. I believe flag out. They're moving them back.
No, so they have the ball at around the 18-yard line, it seems. Let's see, it's fake at the pitch all the way to running back, and he gets around maybe a yard there at most. Did not get much on that play. Tried to go to the outside, but the linebackers were there waiting for him. Let's check the replay here.
Varsity on the carry just takes that pitch, and he tries to sneak by, but Brett Kennedy and some other Somers defenders get in there, get past the blocks.
Yeah, the defensive line was able to shift the offensive line over, and were able to get there.
7 minutes remains in the third quarter.
The ball is on the 19-yard line, it seems. To snap, looks to pass. Another screen pass to number 1.
Matt McCoy.
And down seems to be...
Dropped the ball. Dropped the ball, but the ball landed out of bounds, so there's nothing that Somers could have done. Jimenez with the hit there, and I believe the ball is going to be placed at the 35-yard line. Yeah, so take another look, see if we can see that hit that caused that ball to come loose. Oh, the camera didn't get down enough, but you can see Dylan Jimenez coming in hot there to make that stop. 1st and 10 for Harrison. We have 2 receivers near, 2 far. Running back to the right, sends his receiver in motion. Back to pass, tries to scramble, escapes the pocket, and not much he could have done. He had Abruzzi charging in, and he had the offensive line coming over towards him. On the stop looks to be Jerron Faulkner. You see the replay there. Somers just absolutely surrounded him, got in there, didn't give him much of a chance to run. So that's actually going to be a loss of 2 yards. So you're going to have 2nd and 12.
All right, 2nd and 12 here. Let's see what they do. Running 4 wide, running back right next to the quarterback just for some extra protection. And let's see what they do. It seems no blitz, and it's a pass, but unfortunately Matt McCoy is just a little bit ahead of him. It's a common theme here you see with this connection here. The ball is always been in front of him almost the whole time. Yeah, he couldn't get that on the outside.
May have tipped his fingertips there, but I don't think it did, just out of reach. It's going to bring up their 3rd and 13. They're going to most likely run a similar play. Hopefully this time Ben Badner will hit his target. Quick pass over the middle, and it's going to be incomplete. Some bobbling there from Larry Salerno, and eventually he does not come down with it. So 4th and 12.
Could not hang on to that. It was a bullet throw. It was a really fast throw. You know, it's really hard to catch that if you're a receiver in traffic under double, triple coverage during all that. That's hard to catch.
Yeah. 2 defenders closing distance quickly to him. So if he did catch that, most likely wouldn't have gotten any more yards, and it would have been a 4th and 5 situation. So punt team out. Low snap. He's just going to have to run with it, and he's brought down at the 15-yard line.
Well, great field position for Somers. Able to get there. Now Somers has it at the 15-yard line. Wow. So again, it looks like they're going to score again. Another common theme with Somers scoring.
Somers looking to put the nail on the coffin here. It's going to be hard to come back if Somers scores another touchdown. But as we saw there, the long snapping has been getting progressively worse tonight. We've seen low snap after low snap until eventually this one, it just bounced to the hands of the punter. He had no choice but to look for a pass. He didn't see one, so he had to try to scramble away, which wasn't easy given that he's a linebacker. Handoff here, and that is going to not go very far. That's
a loss of 3 there.
Luke Valencia. Not getting as much action tonight, Luke. He does. That's going to rip a 2nd and 13.
Yeah, some great blocks from the offensive line there. It was actually pretty good blockage. It was just hard to get around the linebackers there. Not really much you can do about that. The offensive line did good. And it seems that it's another run. Ooh,
Another
thrown
run.
down.
Another rush for Luke Valencia. It seems like whoever stopped him kind of picked him up, slammed him down. Let's see, can we get another look at that?
Let's see that.
He tries to find his way through the middle. He's brought up and
Thrown
down. Wow.
Oh my goodness.
He's all right there, still
That
out
is
there.
not something you see every day.
He's a tough guy. So they're going to have a third down. It's going to be 3rd and 8. Somers most likely going to go with a pass there, but yeah, I've seen that they do have these running options. Luke Valencia is still out there as the running back. Iglesias, snap, fake handoff, and a pass. Flag comes out as the incomplete pass will most likely be pass interference. Hit a little too early and in the back. The referees decide we can take another look. See, there he comes. Right in the back. I believe he hit a little too early. We'll see. Referees still discussing. Yes, if they're going to give him pass interference. So Somers is going to move up. They're going to have the ball at the 7-yard line.
Down seems to be another
Handoff
run.
to Valencia. And Valencia in for another Somers touchdown, number 23, Luke Valencia. Amazing night for this Somers offense here. You see, he just takes that handoff, finds his way through the middle. Great gap created.
All right, back for the 1-point conversion to make it a 40-7 game right here. Let's see what they do here. Kick is up and the kick is good. So now it is a 40-7 lead for Somers here. So it looks like Somers is most likely going to be walking away with a win for this one.
Still in the 3rd quarter.
All right, we'll in a minute after this short break.
Watch the Soma Sports Broadcast, where we break down the world of sports,
Back, he throws. There's 2 defenders on the tight end.
interview guests,
We're here with Coach Packard, who will be interviewing today.
predict upcoming sport games,
To win it 26-23.
Oh,
Our crew for tonight, your commentary crew, myself, Brandon Appy, Philip Rosado, and Jaden Ferry.
oh, thank you for putting my school picture up
Yeah.
there. Thank you.
Kelly to kick back to Harrison. Another good kick down within the 10, and he's met by Somers and brought down at about the 20. Harrison will take over at their own 20-yard line. See how far that they can get.
All right, so they're in their own red zone right now. Let's see what they do here. All right, in their own red zone right now on the 20-yard line. You know, just trying to get just a stat pad a little bit, just milk it out right quickly. But let's see what they do here. Steps back to pass. It's a ball. It's thrown, and it's almost intercepted just ahead of Matt McCoy here. Nothing he really could have done if he was a little bit faster, but
No.
you know, they're just stat padding, you know, milking to get some extra yards. But extra yards, extra stats, but it does not seem likely for Harrison to win this one. But it looks like they're just going to do deep balls this whole time, maybe try to get themselves back in the game, make it a 2-possession game, but does not seem likely.
2 receivers near, too far, running back to the left of Badner. Badner back to pass, pressure in the pocket,
And he's sacked around the 15-yard line. Nowhere to go, no receivers were open, could not get that ball off everyone around him. It was hard to get, but yeah, let's just check the replay here. Yeah, as you can see, he is completely surrounded him. The pocket's just collapsing on him. He's nothing he can do there, nowhere he can go. But now it seems to be 4th down, or 3rd down, I apologize. 3rd down, deep in their own territory, around the 15-yard line. 4 receivers out wide. Seems to be obviously a pass. Quick pass. Quick, all the way down to the 32-yard line. Let's see, is that enough for a 1st down? And it looks like he got it.
We're going to take an injury timeout here.
Yeah, seems to be on his leg.
Cramp there. We'll be back in just a moment.
Watch the Soma Sports Broadcast, where we break down the world of sports,
Back, he throws. There's 2 defenders on the tight end.
interview guests,
We're here with Coach Packard, who will be interviewing today.
predict upcoming sport games,
To win it 26-23, the Chargers win.
debate sports,
Who is the best NFL team of all time?
The Cowboys have won 5 Super Bowl titles.
The Patriots, one of the best teams.
discuss our opinions on the latest in the world of sports,
Alex Bowman. I think he could make it far. He's been impressive.
and much more.
I'm with
Nicky Duffy.
Dean Palzola. I would definitely say DP, Dean Palzola. He definitely had a great game.
Just a Hail Mary. Will he get it? Bounces off the Bears defenders. Touchdown.
When I first joined last year, you wanted me long distance, but then you threw it.
And I think by now we've really proved that we are the most dominant team in Section 1.
It's going to be a pick. Picked off by Miguel Iglesias, and he's going back.
Watch our weekly talk show episodes of the Soma Sports Broadcast. You could find them on YouTube and Spotify.
Back now, Harrison back out, 4 receivers out. Running back to the right. He's going to take the handoff, and he's going to get some good yards there before being brought down by Brett Kennedy.
At the 41-yard line.
Marco Mauricia on the carry. Injured player helped off with training by his training staff. Looks to be just a cramp there. Hopefully he is all right.
Yeah, directly on the 41-yard line. All right, let's see what they do here.
And we're going to have 2nd and 1.
See what they do here.
Most likely a rush. Going to be 3 receivers out far, 1 near. Snap, handoff. Once again, he's going to get by for the 1st down and a little bit more before being brought down. That is going to be Jason Krupe on the carry. You can see there, kind of sneaks by, and then he tries to go out wide, but Solmer's just not letting him.
Good day, mate. I'm back. This is Jay Ferry. All right. Ooh. Score changed a little bit. Somers. My prediction is pretty accurate.
It was
far.
3 receivers near, 1 far running back behind to the left. He's going to take the handoff. That's Krupe.
And he's going to be taken down with, maybe a yard or 2 gain. He's going over, tried to go in the middle. Somers defenders saw him being piled closer. You can see now as that replay goes. Yeah, so Somers piled up, blocked him like a solid wall, and locked him up in jail. Sorry.
Harrison back out, one receiver far, three near. In motion comes the receiver. He stops. As that will bring us to the end of the third quarter. Somers leads 40-7 as we lose our feed once again. I believe Somers film cameras is probably most likely switching out batteries. Our camera feed back there, thankfully. And I mean, looking at our Somers roster here, we notice that there are so many coaches listed. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 coaches listed for Somers. And we asked Coach DiMatteo how beneficial it is to having many coaches with this program. And this is most than other programs that we've seen in the past 2 years. And Jaden, what did he think about that?
He said, you know, it's so beneficial, very beneficial. Exactly is what he said. He said it's the best coaching staff in the state. And I just want to mention regarding that, you can see that with 3 Pete to states, 21, 22, 23. Or 22, 23, 24. Or 2020, yeah. You get the point.
Yep. Thank you, Jaden. And
Sure.
we also asked him about how these coaches are going to balance sticking to the game plan and making quick adjustments if things didn't go as expected, which I believe tonight things did go as expected for Somers. They most likely didn't have to deviate from their game plan much, but he said that the coaches have to, and they definitely do, understand situational football. With looking at some of these names on these coaches roster, we definitely understand situational football. You have Coach DiMatteo, and of course you have Coach Tony DiMatteo also listed as a volunteer coach. The DiFilippo brothers went to school at Somers, along with Coach Cleary, who also went to Somers, so they know Somers football.
Yeah, and I don't know, I feel like I should mention it. Tony DiMatteo is marked as assistant coach for Somers and for Mayapack team, actually, believe it or not. You want to explain why?
The DiMatteo brothers. We have Coach Anthony DiMatteo, head coach at Somers, and then you have Coach Dominic DiMatteo, head coach over at Mayapack. So I believe he helps out both of these teams wherever he can.
Yeah, while we're waiting for our camera feed to come back, it's a little bit of an issue.
And so next week, make sure to tune in. Next week, Somers will be back at home, which, as we hopefully know, these difficulties will not happen, as we do not have to rely on a remote connection. We will be out in the Somers booth, so please make sure tune in next week.
Home games are so much better for us. Please understand that.
6:30 p.m. start time. That means we will start at 6:20-ish, and that is going to be youth night at Carmel. We'll have more details as we get closer to that there.
Yeah, home. As I was saying earlier, I'm sorry to interrupt you, Brandon. Home games are so much better for us. Away games, again, we try to make the most out of it. But yeah, home games, we got different camera angles, and it's just better. That's what commentators do, Brandon.
Yeah, thank you, Jaden, for enlightening us about our little home game setup. As you can probably tell, we're out of things to talk about, given that we did not expect the game to cut out.
I mean, we could also talk about our little game that we have going on over the next quarter. What we're gonna do is we're gonna try to say some random words, and Yeah, mine's gonna be candy. So I'm gonna try to say candy in the next quarter and actually make it make sense. What about you, Brandon? You want me to get you a word
Let's
here?
get a word. I'm gonna have to mix in triangle to my commentary. We'll see how that goes.
Yeah, and you can see that we're trying to fill in the space a little bit. But anyways, this is what we like to do every game for the most part. Yeah, I think it's pretty cool. So thank you to Cooper.
Yeah, Cooper giving us some research from this side. So we'll talk about Harrison head coach Jay Sirico, the Harrison head coach. He also coached girls varsity basketball, boys varsity baseball, and he's the school's gym teacher. Very well-rounded coach there. He previously coached at Scarsdale and youth teams, specifically 3rd and 4th grade. He started with Harrison football and then worked their way up to varsity head coach, previously coaching youth flag football as well.
So just a few quick facts, I guess, also to fill in the space a little bit, but also really interesting. Somers won 3 consecutive Class A state championships from, I think it's actually 2022, 2023, and 2024. And they're pretty much the only team in the area to achieve such a milestone. And a little bit about volleyball as well. We recently had Zavi interview the JV girls volleyball, but a bit about the varsity team. So they unfortunately lost to John Jay 0-3. Then they beat North Salem 3-0, and lost to Millbrook High 0-2. So, yeah, they're doing all right.
We're going to be right back as we try to fill the space and figure out these camera difficulties. Thank you for bearing with us.
Watch the Soma Sports Broadcast, where we break down the world of sports,
Back, he throws. There's 2 defenders on the tight end.
interview guests,
Here with Coach Packard, who will be interviewing today.
predict upcoming sport games,
To win it 26-23, the Chargers win.
debate sports,
Who is the best NFL team of all time?
The Cowboys have won 5 Super Bowl titles.
The Patriots, one of the best teams.
discuss our opinions on the latest in the world of sports,
Alex Bowman. I think he could make it far. He's been impressive.
and much more.
A fumble. This could be game.
I'm with
Nicky Duffy. Dean Palzall. I would definitely say DP, Dean Palzolo. He definitely had a great game.
Just a Hail Mary. Will he get it? Bounces off the Bears defenders. Touchdown.
I first joined last year. You wanted me long distance, but then you threw it.
And I think by now we've really proved that we are the most dominant team in Section 1.
It's going to be a pick. Picked off by Miguel Iglesias, and he's going back.
Watch our weekly talk show episodes of the Soma Sports Broadcast. You could find them on YouTube and Spotify.
And now, once again, we'll talk about our potential sponsorships. So, to improve broadcasts, we need more gear and ensure it's always working. Also, to pay for potential repairs. And with your help, we can make that happen. As you can see here, you benefits, verbal mention ads on our channel on live events. Support the Somers community. You see your options there: $200 for 1 season, $450 for 3 seasons. And as you can see there at the bottom, please email us at ssbchighlights@gmail.com if you would like to sponsor or donate. And once again, we're going to mention the Somers Education Foundation. They've been wonderful to us, giving us a grant. And they are also hosting a trivia night coming up October 14th at Burger Barn. Consider getting to know the SCF a little more, and do some trivia, eat some good food. Going back to our stat sheet, let's see what's new since halftime. We have Iglesias is now 9 for 11 with 48 passing yards. Not much update. We have Jaden Abruzzi, who now has 5 rushing attempts for 66 yards. He does have 1 touchdown. He has that last Somers touchdown. Not much else unfolding. There we go. We're back up here. Somers appears to be deep in their own zone. As we start.
Oh, here we go. All right. And once again, just a big shout out to Zavi for even making this possible today. Oh, they got some the band playing once more. Yeah, Harrison band.
Somers' 3rd down. It appears they've moved back quite a bunch. You can't see the chains there on the screen. They're at least like 10 to 15 yards up.
Yeah, they don't have great field position. They're all the way back.
3rd down. Snap. Handoff. And up to Valencia. He takes it up. And it looks like some backups have begun to come in. We have Troy Rossi in as quarterback.
All right, so just real quick before we continue looking at that, that is just an amazing athletic ability. He's able to pretty much curve it in. He went to the right a little bit and then curved into the left, following that just pretty much like a tunnel almost, like, you know, and it's pretty sweet. Like
just
candy.
Under 7 minutes remaining.
Sweet like candy, dude.
Just under 7 minutes remaining. Somers going to punt back, 4th and long. Punt is up, not going too far. It's going to bounce at the 45-yard line and bounce out of bounds, giving Harrison the ball. Harrison, not much time left for them to come back, but they're still going to try. This program 3-0.
Looking at the clock here, we got a little less than 7 minutes. Probably around 6 or 7 minutes. But yeah, Somers is up 40-7, as you see at the bottom of your screen there. Somers on defense. Harrison's on defense. 1st and 10. Brandon, take it away.
2 receivers far, 1 near, running back to the left of the quarterback. Snap, handoff. Runs into a wall of Somers defenders.
Yeah, he's just not going to go anywhere. He pretty much stood up and had nowhere to go. He went there in the middle and was just taken down by Harrison. Great defense there from Harrison, or from Somers, I apologize. And Harrison's going to push back.
Harrison with 2nd and 10, 2 receivers far, 1 near. It's going to be another handoff to the running back. Running back no longer Marco Marisi, and it is now someone not listed on the roster, so that's very helpful, number 34.
Yeah, another attempt to surge for that 1st down, but they're getting a little close to, you know, not making it there. He goes over in the middle left side, a little bit of the crowd, and is not able to get by. Somers' defense is really showing up here against a team that's 3-0 on their record. I mean, they have had high-scoring games, but yeah, Somers is able to hold them back. I mean, they're number 4 in New York.
1 receiver far, 3 near, low snap. Quick pass, potentially intercepted there. I believe it's going to be marked incomplete. Clock will stop, and that's going to bring up a 4th and 9. That's incomplete pass. Almost an interception.
Yeah,
for Jack Sanborn.
So yeah, you saw there. Somers just pretty much buried him. Special teams is now coming out. I think that was what you said. Sanborn on there.
Sanborn almost had the interception.
Yeah, that's pretty impressive there. Pulled him back, I think, really far. I mean, Harrison has gone nowhere. They're stuck in the mud, and just haven't gone anywhere. So here's the punt.
Whistles blow, and it's going to be a timeout taken by Harrison just before the snap.
Oh, well, I think that was Somers.
Nope, referee signaled that at the Harrison side, indicating that Harrison had called.
I'm so sorry about that. Yeah, so timeout call, but I mean that might mess up the punter.
I think he will be all right as Harrison, I don't know, maybe far-fetched, maybe trying to do something else here besides punt. Given that they're more than halfway through the fourth quarter, trailing by such a large amount, 40-7.
Somers' defense coming out of that timeout, using as much time as possible. Back in punt formation.
Another bouncing snap, punt is up. Punt lands, and it's just gonna be left to bounce and settle on the 15. That's where Somers will start their drive from, their own 15-yard line. These backups, we'll see how they are going to perform, potentially earn themselves some playing time in some closer games.
Yeah, Somers, I mean, that was honestly a good punt because you're giving Somers a tough field position a little bit, decently far back, but it's not awful. They got a good, decent amount of time, I think, to get a good drive here. And honestly, they just need to hold possession, as the key was that the Matteo said earlier, is to hold the ball and maintain control of the clock. So, yeah. The band's going. I'm enjoying the music here. Somers, offense, 1st and 10.
Not great there. Rossi trying to scramble around. Eventually is brought down. That's going to be a big loss.
Yeah, so Somers back on the 5-yard line here now.
It's actually going to be the 6-yard line.
Okay, well, I can barely see.
Let's bring up 2nd and 20. Loss of 10.
Yeah, Somers still obviously has this in the bag. They should have this. They should be fine. How much time is left in the fourth? Around.
Unfortunately, we don't have access to the clock, so I'm going to assume probably about 4 minutes left.
And Somers trying to run out, but a loss of 2 yards here.
Backups, Somers really struggling.
Yeah, well, I still believe that Harrison starters are still in. I believe.
Mostly, yes.
Mostly, yeah. I mean, it's a bunch of backups going against a bunch of starters. I mean, obviously the backups are more inexperienced, so they're going to have a harder time getting more yards. But now it's 3rd and 22, I believe, since they lost 2 on that play. Did not.
There was no loss at the end.
There was no loss. Okay, so back 3rd and long. See what they do here.
So we're just gonna have
running 3 wide. See what they do here.
Knapp fake the handoff, and Rossi is gonna scramble. Looks like he can run a little bit, getting by,
get there
and
all the
eventually
way to
being
the
knocked
27.
out of bounds. Knocked out of bounds at the 28-yard line.
28, yeah. 28-yard line. Or 20 now. In between. 28 and 29-yard lines. See what they do there. Got the 1st down. They should be fine. See. 1st and 10 from the 29-yard line. Just barely out of their own end zone. Let's see what they do here.
Somers disgusting in the huddle. They're gonna break. We're going to have two receivers near, one far. Running back to the left of Rossi. Rossi takes the snap, handoff, and immediately
Brought down, going nowhere.
brought down,
Thrown down.
thrown to the ground, and I believe it's going to be a loss. So 2nd and 11.
See what they do. All right. So the ball is back on the 28-yard line. Somers has been struggling with the backups in, but it doesn't matter. It's still 40-7. Somers' defense doing exceptional, only allowing 7 points.
Rossi fakes the handoff, and he's going to try to scramble. He has a bit of a running lane.
And he
gets the first down and more.
Around to the 44-ish, 43-yard line. Check the replay. Yeah, all the space there. So much space on the left side of the field.
These backups for Somers proving that they can do much, and Somers with 49 seconds is going to be taking knees here. They're just gonna have to kneel down one more time. Handshaking between players.
Yeah.
They are going, I believe they are gonna have to snap the ball one last time, maybe
Yeah,
not.
they do, I assume, but they should be fine. Yeah, they're fine. Somers comes out with another win, 40-7. It looked a little rough in the first little bit, but then Somers was able to just go through and put up 40 points, and now it is 40-7. Somers getting over half their points in the first quarter, and it's been a great game so far for Somers. And now they move to 3-1.
3-1, and as we discussed, Somers currently
could be in a three-way tie for first. If Rye loses.
That only happens if Rye loses tomorrow. That would make Somers, Harrison, and Rye 3-1 each, but it also depends. Somers currently, and before going into this game, was tied with 3 other teams tied for 3rd place. So depending on what those teams all did tonight and tomorrow, could also mean even up to like a 7-way tie for first.
Yeah, this all depends. It depends, because even if they have even records and it's just, say, Somers and Rye is going to get that because they beat Somers originally.
That's true.
17 to, what was it, 13? Something like that?
Not
entirely sure, but Somers did unfortunately lose that game. It was a very defensive battle. So, unfortunately, if they both have the same record and Rye loses tonight, that means Rye will get first. But if Somers pulls away with just one more win, they can get the first at the end of the season.
Yes, here we go. We're going to wrap it up here on our side tonight as we start to head out. Potentially look at some last replays here. Rushing touchdown there for Somers. I believe that's Tristan Iglesias. Scramble there for quarterback from Harrison. Some good dodging there, and eventually brought down by multiple Somers guys.
Yeah, it was a great
That is going
game.
to conclude our replays. We apologize for that laggy quality. But your final score tonight, 40-7. Somers taking away with the win. Thank you for spending your Friday night with us. We will see you next week, Friday night. Somers will be back at home. Thank you all for watching. See you next week.